Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakal Kadash, giving double honors to the apostle of this great millstone. Peace and blessings to best Christian the troops and sincerity in the Bible bull. So, brother, in the Apostle Kadash, which will give another lesson. All right. This time, talking about the Sabbath. All right. The Sabbath, I'm going to be breaking it down. So, the Sabbath is in the law to keep. All right. It's actually in the 10 Commandments, remembering the Sabbath day. That's in the 10 Commandments, which is so crazy because when you learn about the 10 Commandments in the world, they don't even teach you all 10. They teach you like 5 or 6, and they call it the 10 Commandments. Right? So, I'm getting to the scripture. I ain't going to speak too much on it. It's going to speak for itself. This is Sirach, chapter 43, verse 6. They say, "For the moon is the sign of feast, a light that decreaseth in her perfection." All right, the moon is a sign of feast. On the very first Sabbath day, the new moon, the first Sabbath of the month, it is actually a feast, right? Everybody come together, they eat. It's not like a dancing feast because, it's still the Sabbath, but it is a feast. You're supposed to come together on the first new moon of the month and, have like a feast. It say a light that decreaseth in her perfection. All right, compared to the sun, the light does decrease it, but the moonlight is perfect. That's the way the Lord made it. It's just dim enough to where you can see and just dim enough to where you can't see at the same time. Because imagine if the sun was up 24/7. We wouldn't be able to get no sleep. You sleep better in the dark. That's why the Lord appointed a certain time for us to, sleep, get our energy back, and to stay up. All right, this is Genesis 1:14. And Yahweh said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years." All right. So the signs, this how we know the Sabbath is coming in. The new moon, right? And after the new moon, you go 7 days. But if you was in the ancient world, you wouldn't just go 7, like 1, 2, 3. You wouldn't. I mean, you could just count the days, but you would learn the moon cycles, and you would know like after 7 days, this is what the moon should look like. You will be able to look up in this comments. Oh yes, it's the Sabbath because it's the new moon was 7 days ago, but I don't know exactly what moon cycle on the 7th day it would look like. But in the ancient world, we definitely knew that. All right. This is Leviticus 23:3. 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest and holy convocation. And ye shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings. Right? So on the 7th day, and I ain't talking about Sunday, I'm talking about 7 days, 6 days after that very first day of the new moon, and 7 days after that, and 7 days after that, and 7 days after that, which is 28 days, 4 weeks, occasionally 5. Right? That 7th day, you supposed to rest, supposed to lay back, supposed to get your rest, sleep. This is probably the one day where you could just sit back, sleep, lay back, just do a little reading here and there, but you really don't work. Now, of course, we're in this kingdom, so you might have to go to work, but as far as like if you don't have to, you just chill out. Right? This is Exodus 20:9-11. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. All right, the word holy means to be separate from. And this day it's a very holy day because this is the one day out of the week where you ain't supposed to work, do no work. You know, you ain't supposed to really, you're supposed to relax. Right? Verse 9, it says, 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God, and in it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. So you ain't even supposed to make others around you work. You know, you not even your heathens. That's the stranger in your gates. That's talking about the heathen. Like, even though they're not under the law, you ain't really supposed to force them to, you know, break laws because they under your control. You know, if they live amongst you and stuff like that. Right? So you supposed to make your whole household keep the Sabbath. If you over everybody, really supposed to just in general. But, you know, if you the head, you know, you supposed to make everybody keep the Sabbath. This is verse 11. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea and all that is in them, and rest the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. See, the Sabbath day is blessed. You don't want to take advantage of it. You know, you wanna really use it because the Lord giving it to us. As a matter of fact, I need to appreciate it more often. Right? Don't take it for granted just because you could go chill out another day. No. But this the day you was meant to be chill. This the day you meant was to just relax, fall back. This 1 Samuel 20 verse 5. Hold on, that's not what I want. It's Isaiah 58 and 13. If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing the pleasures from doing thy pleasures on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy of the Lord, honorable, and shall honor him, not doing thine own ways, nor finding thy own pleasure, nor speaking thy own words. All right, so it says, if thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasures, you know, really what it's getting at is keep the Sabbath. That's what this video is about, keep the Sabbath. Because look, you don't want to do your own pleasures. Supposed to just, believe me, you don't want to do your own pleasures. The Lord will mess you up for not keeping the Sabbath, you know, especially when you can. It's different if you got to go to work. It's different if you know, you being oppressed and you got to go do something. It's another thing when you just got the day off and you still choose to go hit the gym. Like, no, that's going off. Keep it holy. Keep it separate from the other days. You ain't supposed to be popping your Eve. You ain't even supposed to have sexual thoughts. You're supposed to just chill out. Hey, but with that, I want to give all praises to you. And remember, keep the Sabbath. But with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Karkadash. Giving double honor to the Apostle, great millstone, peace and blessings, the best person is truth and sincerity and a Bible bull.